I got this DM. Hey brother, if you ever get a chance, I would love to see a video talking about the spare the rod, spoil the child verse, because I see a lot of Christians use it as an opportunity to justify child abuse.
All right, let's see it.
And that is whenever I made a very interesting discovery, at least for myself, which is that is not a verse in the Bible. It's derived from the book of Proverbs, and I'll show you the verse in a second, but it is very blatantly a modern proverb. The actual verse in question is Proverbs 13:24. Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. Now, for those of y'all like me that don't know what diligent means, diligent just means having or showing care and conscientiousness in one's work or duties. Now, I don't know about y'all, but spare the rod, spoil the child and Proverbs 13:24 are very different. One is literally saying, hey, if you don't hit your kid, if you don't use the rod on your kid, you're spoiling them. And the other is saying, look, there are going to be times when you should punish your children, but you should be careful about it. You should be very mindful about what you're doing.
So that's absolutely not what Proverbs 13:24 is saying, and the source of this misinformation is reliance on one single specific dictionary definition of the word diligent, which is a translation from an original Hebrew word. But if you look in other dictionaries, you find different definitions. For instance, Merriam-Webster says that diligent means characterized by steady, earnest, and energetic effort, painstaking. That's an entirely different sense and a more accurate sense for what's going on in Proverbs 13:24. Let's look at the Oxford English Dictionary. Of persons, constant in application, persevering in endeavor, assiduous, industrious, not idle, not negligent, not lazy. Of actions, etc., constantly or steadily applied, prosecuted with activity and perseverance, assiduous. A sense that is a little bit closer to what this content creator is suggesting is found in sense 3. Attentive, observant, heedful, careful of persons and their actions, etc. Obsolete was in use from around 1400 to the middle of the 18th century. So it would seem like the majority of dictionaries support understanding this verse as suggesting you should assiduously, painstakingly, with perseverance, beat your children. But we don't have to rely on English translations. We can go to the Hebrew. The verb there is shachar, which is in the PL stem, and it means to be on the lookout for, to seek out. So literally the Hebrew is saying, seek him out discipline, which could mean seek out discipline for him, seek him out to beat him. It could mean a variety of different things, and all of those things support understanding Proverbs 13:24 to mean you should beat your kids. And we see this multiple times in the book of Proverbs, and perhaps most conspicuously in Proverbs 23 verses 13 and 14, where it says, do not withhold discipline from your child. If you beat him with a rod, he will not die. If you beat him with the rod, from Sheol his soul you will save. Proverbs 13:24 is 2,500 years old. It is outdated, it is ignorant, it is harmful. Don't hit your kids.
See, something very important in Proverbs 13:24 that is not in the classic phrase of spare the rod, spoil the child is love. The emphasis on love. And the whole reason why you would ever physically correct your child is because you love them. God bless, my friend.
This is an ignorant and misguided rationalization for beating your children, trying to make it sound like you can hit your kids with love, and that's what God wants you to do. Don't hit your kids. And the fit for this video has been the goddess Aurora Monroe, also known as Storm.